Let's see. Well,
you got a new one.
I guess it's maybe my, no. There. Hello, everyone. Glad to see you all here with us tonight. Who have we got up in here, Nellie? We got Archie.
Hey, Archie.
Hey, Archie. Good to see you here, girl. I hope you're feeling better. We've been worried about you. And Beverly. Hey, Beverly. Glad to see you here. Anita. Oh, Anita can't be with us tonight, she says, because she's got to get up early.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mandy.
Hey, Dolphin Lover. Hey, Mandy.
Good to see you, Mandy. Linda.
Sandy Beach.
Moonlight Goddess. Of course, our Nellie.
Hi, Cheryl.
Our one and only Nellie. Kat. Tina. And the fam. We got Tina and the fam now, girl. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. Aussie True Crime, all the way from Australia. Dolphin Lover. Sandy Beach. I haven't seen you in a while either, girl. Melissa. Cheryl Stone. Sissy. Hadn't seen you either in a good old hot minute. Mora. Okay, that's awesome. Glad to see you all here with us tonight. Even though we know there's other lives going on, we feel honored that y'all chose to come here and be with us. I have been doing uploading some videos this week, y'all. And I'm sure you've noticed that.
You've been busy.
Yeah, because I was like, it was for a good little bit that I hadn't, actually a month, that I really hadn't been doing. And I wasn't even going to touch on the Wells case, but I had no idea that it was going to turn into the rabbit hole that it did. I'm talking about, like, I have covered some very, very twisted cases. This one, I believe, I've never seen nothing like it. Seriously. I haven't. I've covered. I just haven't. Now I'm sure they're out there, but I haven't came in contact with them. This case has gotten completely crazy.
Out of control.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like every night.
Something new, I know. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like every night I'll see something different and I'm like, oh God, oh hell, and then I have to go look in on that. It's like Rose, like the sister Rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
I found it so ironic that in the same family, 2 females come up missing. Like, what? What are the odds? I know.
It's crazy.
It's insanity. I mean, I know it can happen. Anything's possible, but the odds are not that big. And so I was like, I'm going to look into Rose, because many people thought, as well as myself, even question it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. Are they connected? I mean, it's going to come out. Lots of people thought, I'm sure even law enforcement thought that way for a moment. Is it connected, And
yeah.
they ruled it out. Law enforcement says they do not believe they're connected at all. But I had to look into that case a little bit deeper. I just did, because I had questions, and I don't think they're connected from what I've read into.
Yeah,
The
from what you've
only
told me, I don't think they are either.
Yeah, the only thing that I seen that connects them, is just the family itself. The same family. But the situations surrounding them, I don't see them connected. Now, I could research some more tomorrow on the same case and might be like, oh, well, I think they are connected. But right now, I don't see them connected.
Right.
As far as Summer Wells, I'm over here saying, tell me when you get it solved. I
I
can't.
know, right?
I'm telling you, girl, I'm with you there. With you there.
God, I wish they'd just bring that poor girl home. Somebody needs to say.
Ain't that the truth, girl? Oh, my God. Hey, CSI, good to see you here. Mandy. I was trying to comment, but my phone died. Oh, accessory not supported. Mine does that all the time, and I don't get it because it'll be the same charger that I used, say, 2 hours ago. But this time, it's saying, nope, I ain't going to use, I don't like this charger no more. I don't get it. Mine does the
Yeah,
same thing sometimes. I don't know why.
that's why I don't use iPhone.
Yeah, it will do that. Like, it's happened to me
My
several
tablet.
times.
Yeah, my tablet does it all the time. So I'm just like, ugh.
It's so weird. I don't even get it. But yeah, tonight on these last videos that I have actually uploaded, and I think there's like 6 of them. I haven't been real good to be able to go into the comments and reply to everybody, although I want to. I'm not always able to do that. So used to. Back at the very beginning of my channel, I used to have lives like this quite often. I would do, the uploads, and then I would have the live, and we would go over the uploads and the comments and talk about things. And I used to do that quite often. And so I thought, we should do that because there's a good many comments. Some of them's even questions in the comments, especially the NK series, the NK Twilight Zone. And then mostly in the Wells case, it's mostly just, not so many questions, but thoughts and opinions. And that I respect thoughts and opinions as long as they're, respectable. So I get like that too. When I do get that way, I watch more of the other channels that are uplifting and go back when I can. I hear you, Linda. Let me tell you, last night, I have an old channel. It's old. I've had it since 2012. It's like the first time I ever had YouTube. If you get YouTube, you have to put your damn email to even have a YouTube account and, to upload whatever. It wasn't actually ever a channel. It was just, my account. And so I uploaded one time some kid stuff on it. Somehow it ended up with a bunch of subscribers on it. And I'm thinking, I'm just going to turn that channel into something where we can just kick back, talk, have fun, play some games. Sometimes you just need a mental break. So you just want to go sit out on the front porch, grab you a cup of coffee. If you smoke them if you got them. It don't matter. I don't care. We can just kick back, talk, hell shell recipes if that's what we want to do, and it's called my brother used to call me if it's in the chemisphere, so I named it the Chemisphere. That's the channel, Chemisphere. So y'all want to go check that channel out, subscribe to it. We're going to start doing some lives over there. I probably ain't going to I may put videos there, but it's more than likely just going to be us just sitting around talking like we're sitting on the front porch, on the porch swing, a venting and a bitching and sharing recipes and bitching about the husbands, bitching about the kids, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We need that,
Exactly.
Sometimes we might even bitch about our neighbor, unquote, quote unquote, other.
Archie says, eat a gummy if you got them.
There you go. There you go. Grab you a beer, whatever you got to do. I don't care. Okay, y'all. So here's the deal. Let me get this here. So we're kind of going to do what I used to do. All right, let me move this for just a hot minute. Okay, so y'all see here, everybody can see this? Make
Yes.
sure. Okay, so you see here, the top videos, the top line here. This is what I've uploaded this week. So, as you see, most of them's whales because, you know, that was just me doing my research and sharing what I found with y'all. So we're going to go over some comments on these. There's no way we can get to all of them. It's just not possible tonight, but we're going to go over them, you know. I'm going to let y'all choose which ones we want to go over. So that said, which comments and which case do y'all want to talk about first? Put a 1 in the comments for Wells, 2 for good old Nicole and Chris. And that's the one we'll go over first. Whichever one at the most, that's what we'll go with first. 1 for Wells, 2 for Nicole. Well, looks like so far, Nellie, you helping me here?
Yeah, we have the 2 so far.
Got a lot of Nicole first, don't we? I hope all y'all had a chance to watch that video because it literally, this is kind of embarrassing to say this, but it took me about, what, a month, Nellie, to put that together?
Yes.
It really did. It really did. I recorded it and then I had to go back and find all the, you know, I knew what I was going to say, but instead of just saying it, I wanted to show it as well. So, you know, it took about a month to get everything put together in between me having to do everything else and COVID and school and oh my goodness. But thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all like that. Tina, it's going to be the newest upload I did on Nicole. It's the one that you're seeing on the screen right now. Second video at the top. It is her first video. I went over it pretty thoroughly, like very thoroughly. So, you know, if you haven't had a chance to see it, you know, it's I just uploaded it yesterday actually. So, yeah, okay, we'll go into the was it the 2s that got it? I think so. Yeah. Okay. We will just get right into Nicole then. Let me pull up her comments. There was several in that, several questions. A couple of them not so nice. It happens, right? It happens. That's okay. That is fine. Yeah, Tina, if you haven't seen that video and you are into the Watts case, I definitely recommend looking at it, you know, because I put a lot of thought, a lot of proof, facts, and I showed it as well. I didn't just say it, I showed it, you know. That's why it took me so long to put it together. Well, thank you very much, Nellie, or Tammy. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, let me get this one pulled up for Nicole, and we'll just start going through and answering these comments. And
Hey,
so
Kim.
if you commented on it, you're probably going to see yourself. What, Nellie?
Do you know the name of Nicole's yoga class before the murders?
Satya.
Somebody, huh?
Satya. S-A-T-Y.
Sasha.
Satya.
Melissa was asking.
Satya Consulting. LLC. Okay. Let me find it. Here we go. Okay. Can everybody see that okay? Or is that better? It is on the channel, Sweet Crazy, if this is what you're talking about, the video. It is on my channel. Hang on just a second. I will put it in the chat. In case you just want to click on it, save it for later, watch it after the thing. This is the video that we're going to be going over the comments on. Okay. All right, everybody see it okay? Nellie, you see it okay? Oh, I think we've lost her.
I'm still here.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah, I just have to turn my screen.
Okay. All right, y'all. So while I am over in the other screen going over these comments, I'm not going to be able to see the chat, just to let you know. So, you know, if you need anything, the mods are in there. Nellie, I think she's going to probably be looking at the chat somewhat. So
Yeah, I'm just going to focus on chat while you have that up.
okay. And if there's something that comes about, you know, that I really need to know, just holler at me and I'll stop and we'll talk about it.
Okay. No problem.
Okay, the first comment on here is from Daisy. Daisy says, I 100% believe that she was there due to the ping, the violent records, and the theory of the burner phone in the basement. There was a deadline coming up. Tasman's contract at Anadarko was expiring in November and the mega merger. True enough. That's very true. Now or never. I think Chris started backpedaling in the 111-minute phone call due to the flight delay and maybe just having spent the day with his girls. I don't know. And NK hightailed it over there in the smaller gray pickup as reportedly seen by Betty. No one examined NK for scratches, and to my knowledge, and no, they did not, that to my knowledge either. No one knows the DNA results of Shanann's fingernail scrapings, or do we? No, we do not. Actually, the DNA was destroyed after a year of him being incarcerated. And there was some motions filed by Chris's defense team asking for DNAs from the fingernails and the necks, and the judge denied those motions. They're on the channel as well. I am also suspect of the crime scene team hired by the defense who paid for them. They had to be unbelievably expensive given they were on other high-profile cases like the Ramsey and the Knox. Surely the Watts family didn't have the funds. The Watts family did not pay for them. And neither did Chris. And no, Chris did not pay for them either. And certain public defender cannot hire over-the-top experts, a huge issue with our legal system. Does anyone know? Well, all I know to say is his defense team brought them in. Now, as far as them being paid, or was they being paid for by the state? And I tend to agree with you. It's unbelievable that would happen. However, I know here in Alabama that attorneys and detectives and the crime scene people, the ones that goes out to these cases, even the big dogs, they still have to take on a certain amount of state paid, in other words, appointed cases each year. They have to. Now, if he got lucky, and I don't even know, it may not be that way in Colorado, but it is here. So, and maybe he got lucky and he got one of the high paid, big, good defense teams, maybe. Or I don't know, but I can assure you that the Watts family did not pay for it. I can assure you of that. Nor Chris. Now, if someone else paid for it on the down low, I have no clue. No clue. Now, even I understand that these people were on the Ramsey case and the Knox case. At the same time, you got to look at it this way. I mean, they kind of sucked in the Ramsey case as well. I mean, let's be honest, right? I mean, that case was completely dysfunctional, to say the least. So I don't know. So Daisy, I know that wouldn't much help, honey, but that's all I've got. Does anybody in the chat happen to know the answer to that? May can help Daisy out a little bit with that one, because that's all I know to say to it. Let's see. Fingerprints on the garbage bags were never tested for NK's fingerprints. All I heard is they did not match Chris or Shanann. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Unknown fingerprints, yes. On a trash bags, yes. Okay. I'm sorry.
She also wanted to know if they checked Chris's work phone. They did, didn't they?
Checked Chris's work phones.
For evidence like that, his work phone and his private phone, they were both entered in as evidence, weren't they?
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes. Yes, it's all, yeah, all of his stuff's in the discovery. What wasn't deleted, is there. Mostly all Chris really deleted was things Shanann sent him. That was his most part of deleting. He didn't really delete a lot that Nicole sent him, ironically. I mean, he did delete some, but he deleted pretty much almost everything Shanann sent him. For what reason?
Because they didn't want Nicole to see it.
My exact thoughts. There's no other reason why he would have deleted his wife's text. I mean, that's the way I see it. Okay, this is Debbie Diamond. Anytime I hear about things she said and done, it makes me wild. Most women that are single would check out social media for her workmates about him and details. The first thing she would have done would look at Shanann's Facebook. It's a normal human interest to know who someone is. Amen. She can't say she didn't know about the baby, and they were happily married. As y'all see, I've already hearted that because I completely 100% agree with this. Never, just as I said in the video, ever will I ever be convinced that, one, she did not know Shanann was married, and two, she did not know that Chris had not filed for divorce yet, and I will tell you why. And I don't think I said this in the video. She also said in her interviews that Chris found out that Colorado was a 50-50 state. They talked about his divorce. So the thing of it is how would she know this and all this if they hadn't talked about it. You can't tell me for 5 minutes that if Nicole knew, or if he told her, yeah, I've done filed more at the end, you can't tell me she wouldn't have said, let me see the paperwork. She knew it was not filed. And before it can be final, it has to be filed. You know, it has to sit on the judge's desk, 30 days at least before he'll even sign it. So, can't tell me that. I'll never believe it, ever. Plus, she did her homework. She did her homework. Annette says the only reason NK talked to law enforcement is because her work already knew about the affair, and she knew they would be looking for her to question. She lies, lies, and lies. A little truth sprinkled with lies are lies. Amen. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And that's just like talking her off the ledge kind of thing. She said she's seen a picture. Well, you know, I have my idea of what picture she's seen. And in the beginning, in my Exposing the Mistress series, which is a long time ago, like back when I first started getting into the case real good, I looked through their bedroom really good to see what damn picture she could have been talking about that she claims she's seen. And I zoomed in, and if y'all seen that video, you know what I'm talking about. I zoomed in on the dresser in their bedroom, and there was like a photo of what looked to me like an ultrasound, and I'm pretty sure it was. And it's on that video, and I was like, that's what it was. That's what pissed her off. Okay, now that I've gotten into the case even more, and I've read the entire discovery and blah, 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 I'm thinking maybe it wasn't the ultrasound. Maybe it wasn't, because when you put it all together, she didn't actually go have the 4D ultrasound until, like, what was it? It was the Thursday after they got home. So what date was that? Like the 10th, maybe. So she would have had time to get it in a frame and put it there and all that kinds of stuff. But then looking deeper and looking into her phones and her pictures, and I was like, that's the picture. And then you put other things together. And I'm not even going to get into all that because the youth that's seen it knows what I'm talking about. But I think that's the picture that made her mad or go off the hook, because that's when she started on him hard about being the one to give him his first son. Okay, Amber. How is everyone missing the fact that in her second interview, she speaks of the murders when at the time, this was only a missing person case? Got to stop right there. Amber, by the time of her second interview, which was August the 16th in Kobach's office, it wasn't a missing person at that time, not at the second interview. The second interview, the girls Shanann had already been recovered, and the girls were in the process of being recovered as well. So by the second interview, Chris was already arrested. Now the first interview, and I believe that could be what you're speaking on. Yes. In the first interview, they were still considered missing at that point. That was on the 15th. But they already had drones. While she was at her first interview, now she called and spoke with them before, of course, she went to the interview. But while she was at that interview, there was a lot going on during this time. She was over here at this interview talking to Philip, and I believe his name was Mark. They were actually the FBI that spoke with her. It wasn't CBI, it was the FBI. She met with them. at this park with her dad and her dog. First time. Now she had called them earlier. Keep that in mind. Don't even get that out of your mind. Remember that she called them earlier and spoke with them. That we do not have access to. We do not. The only thing we know is she called, spoke to him, and set up a time to meet. Anything else that was said during that, we don't know. But she met him at 5:30 at this park. Okay, during this same time frame, drones were being flew over Surrey 319. They had already spotted the sheet out in the field. You know, they already pretty much knew they were there. Okay. Also, during this exact same time, Chris was taking a polygraph. Also, during this same time, Ronnie was in another interview room being questioned. So you had all of this going on at the same time. Okay. And the way it was being worked is nobody could text nobody. Nobody could correspond with nobody about what each other was doing, because at this time they were all with some member of law enforcement or FBI. Does that mean anything? Maybe not. Or it damn well could mean a lot. And I hope what I said made some sense to some of y'all, because, sometimes law enforcement works on, a lot of people want to refer to it as like a quote unquote sting, right? They get everybody together at once, but at different places. Okay, also during this time, there was people out, the Kopak and them was out, and they were interviewing people, neighbors, friends, blah, 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 So at this time, everybody had a role to do. Nobody could text each other, well, they're here, or I'm telling that, no, They were all busy. May not mean nothing, but it may mean a hell of a lot. Sometimes it's referred to as a sting. It just happens that way. They want them all doing something, so they can't be corresponding with each other. Okay, let's see. Wasn't he actually failing the lie detector test as she was being interviewed? Yes, actually, yes, he was. He was. That's what I was just saying. Everybody had a role at the same time on the 15th, ironically. It's just, yeah. Which led to his partial confession, yes. So, how did she know they were dead before he confessed? Well, you're still, if that's kind of thrown out because it wasn't the second interview, it was actually the first. On the second interview now, what stood out to many people is because Chris confessed to Shanann at about 11 p.m. on the 15th, after he had already had his polygraph and after he had already been questioned to high hell. He finally confessed. It was around 10, 11, something like that. I don't remember, but it was around that time when he confessed to Shanann. That was it. Now, what a lot of people found ironic is the next day with Kopak, Nicole and her dad, she said her words were, well, he killed his kids. So yeah. Well, at that point, the kids were not even recovered. And that could be what you're talking about. The kids were not even recovered until later that day. So see, she said he killed the kids when he had not confessed to that at all. Period. He just said Shanann. So a lot of people was like, well, why would she say that? Because, I mean, nobody knew that yet. You know, he had said she did it, but I don't know. That's probably what you're getting at there. So when I've already hearted it, so I've already read it. A lot of times you'll get my heart and my thumbs up, like if I'm sitting in the car or, just doing something. That's to let you know I did read it. A lot of times I can't comment because I don't have time, and I'm sorry. But I do try to read them and comment as much as I can. I have to say, thank you. I have to say, though, it would be a lot quicker if we discussed what she didn't lie about. Ain't that the truth? I think I found one thing in her interview that she didn't lie about, and that was a senseless act, and can't find a logical explanation. Well, who can? I think I did agree with her on that. Melanie says, great video. I think that's that's an absolute possibility that Shanann sent Chris the picture of the baby clothes and NK flipped. The dates match up. Absolutely. Yes. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys, has everybody in here seen that part that she's talking about right there? Where I was talking about the baby clothes. Have you? Because if you hadn't, it's like I don't know, 3-4 minute little part. I'm just talking about that. If you hadn't, I'll play it because it's very interesting to say the least. Yeah. So I think most of you in here may have already seen it. I just didn't want, people to be confused about what I was talking about here. So do y'all think it's a possible that was the photo that she seen, that she flipped out on? Do you think that's more possible than her just seeing a photo of, say, a picture of her and Chris? She done seen pictures of her, Chris. Okay, Mora's wanting me to play it. Okay, I can play that part. Let me find it real quick. It won't take but a second because it's, Nellie, you still with us, honey?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you want to holler at him while I find that part real quick?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna holler, but I'll talk.
Well, the
I'm
Southern.
just joking with you. Yeah, you go find the video.
Go holler at me. All right. Because, they're wanting to see it. And when I seen it, girl, it took me, a year and a half in this case before I seen it. And when I seen that, I was like, I'll be damned.
All the timestamps match too, so.
But why didn't it ever register in my head before? I don't know. It didn't. And then all of a sudden it was like, boom. Like, you can't deny this once you see it.
No.
It's theory. I get that. It's my opinion, speculation, whatever. But, it's a damn good one, if I have to say so myself.
Oh, I have to agree.
All right, let me pull it up, honey.
Do you guys have any other questions y'all want to ask? Because I'm taking down the questions to make sure she answers them. Hey, Archie, did those links go through to you on the other page? I agree with you, Linda. Because after that picture was sent, that's when she started saying she wanted first with him. And whenever he talks about having to talk her off the ledge, we're thinking that picture must have come through on his phone. And Shanann posted on Facebook at the same time that she had his phone doing that nutrition stuff. Okay, Archie, thank you. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay, let's see now. I'm either lagging really bad. Can you guys see this, or is it still me and Nellie on the screen? Because I'm lagging really bad.
I see you on the screen when I go to the other side.
Oh, okay. You see the video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let me make sure you guys can hear it.
Hey, Ash and M. It's good to see
Hey,
you.
Ashley, good to see you, girl. Okay, Nellie, I'm going to push play. Let me know if you can hear it, honey.
Okay.
Later that month. Okay. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal. Okay, y'all, I'm just going to mute myself and I'm going to play this little clip. Pay close attention to what I'm talking about here, and y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay, on a side note here, I want to bring this out. In the middle of my editing, I just decided that I wanted to put this in here. As most of you know that has followed this case, you're very well aware that on July the 14th, Chris says that he had to talk Nicole off of a ledge, that they had gotten into an argument, and Nicole even said that they had gotten into a little spat, whatever. She's out in her truck. She runs out to her truck, and she's sitting there texting him, and he's still in the house. And Chris feels good about himself that he could talk her off of this ledge and get her to come back in. Now, all this happened on July the 14th, ironically, right? Well, now this is what I'm getting at. Nicole's story, and I think it was said that she even told Chris this, that when she was upstairs, because Dieter, said, come on up here, let's go see what's up here, whatever. And she followed him upstairs and seen a picture of him and his wife, and they looked so happy. Or, whatever it was. It was something about a picture she seen upstairs. Now, I think there could be a little bit of truth in her story right there. Now, granted, I do not think it was a picture of Chris and Shanann. No, 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 I do not. I think this is the photo she seen. And no, she didn't see it on the wall, and she didn't see it any way like she claimed she seen it. But I think it was this picture. My opinion only, obviously, but look at the date on this picture. Now, Shanann went shopping, got the first outfit for the new baby. Now, she would have sent this photo to Chris. She would, right? And even if she didn't, there you go. It's obvious she posted it. Now, if you look at the picture, you can see that she's in the car, and there's her purse down there, and you can see there's even a water bottle. So, you can even see her leg, okay, in this photo. She's holding the little photo up. So I believe personally she's taking this picture for Chris. Now, we cannot be 100% of that, but I feel 99.99.99% because she would have sent this to Chris. Look at it, North Carolina. Daddy wears the same kinds of shirts. So I believe she would have sent this to Chris. And I believe, remember, Nicole was just ironically working on his phone and helping him with some damn app, fitness app. Remember that? Okay, I believe this photo came through while she was doing that. And she had his phone a lot, I truly believe, because why else was he deleting every text that Shanann sent him? Like they're all deleted. All Shanann's text is deleted. Not necessarily all the ones Nicole sent him, but the ones Shanann sent him are deleted. Why? Because I think Nicole had his phone quite regularly seeing his text and this and that and the other. Yeah, I absolutely do. And I believe she's seen this photo, not one that she claims she's seen, this one. And I think this photo is what set her off. Absolutely do. Look at the date. Do the math. What do you think? Drop them in the comments below. Do you think that's a possibility of the quote unquote photo she's seen? Maybe she was upstairs, Maybe she was in Shanann's room. Who knows? But I think this is the photo. Period. He asked Nicole to help him find an apartment that would be good for him and his daughters. There you go. I don't know how I missed that for so long. Like, there was so much in that case that you have to put together. Like, the timelines are so jacked up. It's like another thing I missed was it was June the 14th. Down there around the same hour that Bella was singing My Daddy Is My Hero, that he was putting NK's contact into his personal phone. Same day. See, we know all these things about this case, but a lot of us didn't think to kind of put, okay, this happened on the 14th, this happened on the 14th, this happened on the 14th, and kind of line them all up together. We were just taking all this massive information in and kind of storing it into the Pandora box in our brain. And it was just like a carousel. It was just running around in circles, whereas we didn't, or I didn't, actually break it down. This happened this date, this happened this date, and take everything and put it all together by dates. And see, that's what I had started doing with this case. I had started, okay, we're going to start right here. And on this date, this picture, this photo, this text. And I was going to try to line it with what each person was doing. Like, what was Shanann doing? What was Chris doing? What was Nicole doing? All that at the same times, and try to put things together that way. And I was really, a lot of it, I was like, what the hell on, shocking. And one of them that really upset me was to see that, not just the photos, so just to see that he was putting Nicole in his damn phone contacts pretty much the same time Bella was singing him, My Daddy Is My Hero. That's disgusting. Just disgusting. You're the first to put it together as far. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give myself no props or nothing, and it could be the stupidest, craziest, and the haters out there is going to come at me telling me I'm crazy for even thinking that, but come on. I don't like to say critical thinking because, some people really don't like that term, but I'm just saying, once you put things together, it just adds up. It's like that piece of puzzle that you just couldn't quite get the right piece to. And then it's like, bam, it fits. That's it. So Kelly, thank you for becoming a member, girl. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Let me say something about membership real quick. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We used to have members only lives every Wednesday night when school started back and we had so much going on. They've kind of not been happening. We're going to start those back up again. We're going to start those probably next Wednesday night. And here's what we're going to do. In our Wednesdays only, members only lives, we just have fun in there. We talk about whatever we want to because they private. And also we're going to play games, laugh, and I'm not even going to tell you what. I actually talked to Nellie about this today because she's like the top tier member. She's like the big member of the members only. And I was telling her, I run it by her, and she was like, that's going to be fun. So, yeah. And I'm going to also, I hope all the members has got like a CashApp or PayPal or something, because I'm going to do like a giveaway at each one too, so just something, a little something extra for the members. They usually run about an hour for the extra support you guys give the channel. I truly appreciate it. And so, yeah, I just wanted to let all you that are members know, be looking for that Wednesday nights, probably somewhere around 8ish, 7, 8, something like that. So, yeah, and it will be a weekly thing. I heard NK seen an ultrasound picture, and that's when NK told Chris. Yeah, Melissa, I was just talking about that earlier. Now, that is the day she started on him about giving him his first son. It was July the 14th. Chris said that. Yeah, I mean, it just was. And as I say, when I first started looking into this, and I was looking in their bedroom, looking at the body cam footages, looking at all that kind of stuff, I was just zooming. Like, I was looking everywhere in their bedroom and upstairs, and I was screenshotting everything, and then zooming it all up. And I was like, what picture did she see that pissed her off that bad? I already didn't buy that Dieter, said, come on up here, let me show you something. No, I already didn't buy the whole Dieter stuff. I thought she was just snooping around up in there. But I was wanting to know what picture. Maybe that was true. Maybe she did see a picture that pissed her off. And so I was looking through everything, and it's on one of my Exposing the Mistress series. The picture's there, and I zoomed it up and everything in this video. But it looked to me like on that dresser there was a photo of an ultrasound. It's hard when you zoom something up a whole lot, but it just looked just like an ultrasound to me. That's in those videos, but that's what I thought it was. Like, for the longest, I was like, that's what it was. She's seen that damn ultrasound picture, and that is why she lost it. Okay, but even if that is what she's seen, and this is me thinking back and quote unquote critical thinking, Chris could have explained an ultrasound away. Maybe he could have been like, nah, that was Bella's or Celeste or whatever, He could have maybe explained that away, and she wouldn't have got pissed off enough to run to the car and sit out in the car for an hour and text. And by the way, why didn't Nate see that? Why didn't Nate see her sitting in her truck texting the hell for an hour? Why wasn't that on anything? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, that's sidetracking there. There goes a squirrel. You know how I am. But anyway, hey, there's no way she could have known it was a boy, right? Not really. He could have explained it away as any ultrasound picture. But after I got to looking deeper, I was like, there ain't much mistake in that little North Carolina onesie, and underneath it, it's saying baby's first outfit. There ain't much. It's blue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's blue. And she said herself that she knew Chris wanted a boy. She said that. So I think she was sitting there with his phone, playing with the macros on the app or whatever the hell it was on the wet carpet. And Shanann was out shopping in North Carolina. If I put that together, because we got a lot on what Shanann was doing every day. So if you just really sat down and put your head back in it really, really hard to see what Shanann was doing on the 14th, guarantee you it's going to add up to the same time she was sitting over there in that house with his phone. I think she had his phone a lot. A whole lot. Why else would he be deleting all these texts from his wife? I mean,
Well, she was out of town, so.
yeah, I mean, she wasn't even there. So, oh God, y'all got off on something else. Let me get back over here to these comments. Because that's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, let's get back on the comments for a moment. Okay, Daniel says, great breakdown as always, Kim. Thank you very much, Daniel. I truly appreciate that. Just when I think I've heard this every which way possible after watching this, though I'm catching things that I missed in the past, and that really makes me start to rethink some things. Great work. Thank you very much, Daniel. And I know it's like this, it's like that with this case. It's like if you sit down and you start putting things together, you catch different things. And I don't think I've not heard anybody else mention that could have been the photo that pissed her off so much. Maybe they have, but I haven't caught that. And I'm not trying to be I see the shadows, but really, I mean, seriously, I haven't heard that yet. It just kind of dawned on me. Mommy say so foo. Mama say so foo. That's a mouthful. Cool name. You're Exposing the Mistress series was what got me to subscribe way back when. I love how you get right into her lunch. Yeah. In that series, y'all, and I want to say it again, it's a long time ago. And let me tell you, I did. I went deep into that. And I said a lot. I haven't even listened. I need to go back and listen to it myself because I'm sure there's some things in there I said that I was like, damn, why did I say that? But yeah, I got real deep into that series. Daisy never connected the dots with the baby boy outfit and the date. I think the story about following Dieter upstairs never happened. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Just a story to explain why her fingerprints and DNA might be up there. Well, that's a good possibility as well. That is a good possibility as well. And I've said that about Shanann's Lexus as well, because they ask her, have you ever been in the white car in the Lexus? And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, we went out to eat or something like that in it, or something. And she's kind of talking in circles about it. And he's like, do you remember when y'all went out in it? She's like, I don't remember when it was, but, nah, I think it is there again, just to be a step ahead. Now, I can't say that for certain, but I think she was in it more than once, just to be honest. But, in the event they found a hair or just something in there that was hers, she's like, well, yeah, I told you I've been in it, so I feel that same way. Red X has a channel as well. If y'all are not subscribed to her, she really gets into this case and digs deep too. So, go check her channel out as well. She says, that is amazing. You're so thorough with everything. I remember those screenshots you showed in the start of the video. People were saying that they were fake, but I think it's not, because by that time, like you said, nobody knew her name. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, she was saying in her first interview, my life's been turned upside down and, people's calling me out. Who? Who? I challenge anyone, anybody, to show me solid fact where media or anybody besides this one screenshot that we can't even prove is legit. Some say it is, some say it isn't. I don't know. That's the only thing I've seen to date that her name was ever called out in, ever, before she brought her own self out November the 15th. I challenge somebody to show me before the 15th, and it be credible, where anybody was saying, oh, it's Nicole Kessinger. Nicole Kessinger is the mistress. It's not there because nobody knew her name. She was being highly protected. Her name, even her face, nobody even knew who she looked like. It was known there was a mistress, but not who. The only way it could have been leaked would have had to been, what, somebody at Anadarko? I don't know. Who else could it have been? And those screenshots were supposedly from Anadarko workers. We can't say if they're legit, but, I don't know. Laura, let's see. Loca, yeah, I know, it's so heartbreaking. Here's the thing. I don't think it was an accident. I don't. Personally, I don't think it was an accident. And the reasons I don't think it was an accident is, now I know people think drowning, just fell down the stairs, all these kinds of different things. But in my opinion, if it was an accident, the reactions would be a lot different, because when something happens and it just completely catches you off guard and it literally changes your entire life to where it's the point of no return, it does something to you. And you don't easily get over it, or most people don't. But their reactions didn't scream accident to me. Their reactions were not there for that. I mean, why not call 911 if it really was an accident when it happened? So I don't think it was an accident. I don't. Don't see that. Or I think they were hiding by the bus, took that trailer right up to the swing and took her and was gone. Dawn said right off the bat, I think she has gone down the street. Yeah, like being abducted. Yeah. Yeah. Melissa says, I'm wondering if Daddy sold her or tried selling one of his kids. Now, yeah, I mean, I've heard that. And I've questioned that. I question the second part here. He denies it, but I mean, really, what can you believe, right? So I've questioned that for that very reason, Melissa. I've questioned that as well. Yeah, I don't think there's many that sits on the fence anymore thinking that it was an accident. I really think she was sold and then murdered. I never thought it was an accident. I always think I also think her parents, at least Candace, is involved. Yeah. Ashley, you sound like me, girl. When I lose sight of Emmy for like 10 seconds, I start to panic. Ain't that the truth? I'm telling you, straight panic will set in. Too calm unless dialing relatives. Yeah, way too calm. Way too calm. If it was an accident, that does something to you. She kept saying over and over, but I really don't know if Dawn is involved. I don't know. Now, see, there's where I sit. There's where I sit 100%. It's pretty suspicious that a family member went missing before. Summer's aunt went missing years ago. Yes, we talked about that earlier, Melissa. And I actually went into that. I'm not going to say really, really deep, but I did look into Rose's case, you know, kind of the top layer of it. And just to be honest, after skimming over the top layer of her case, if the information that I found was all correct, I don't personally see them connected. I see it some real bad luck on the family. Now, as I say, I just brushed over the top and I didn't go into it real deep. But what I seen, I don't see them being connected. But there again, if we go into it deep, it might start adding up. Selling the other kid is speculation. However, it's definitely, yeah, Archie, that is what I was saying. I mean, that hit my head too. Like, it was said he tried to, and do y'all know, where did that even come from? Do y'all know where that ever even started? I don't know. I just remember hearing it out there. Have you heard that, Nellie, that he tried to sell his?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, there is a rumor out there that he supposedly tried to sell his oldest son, I think it was, when he was like still a toddler or baby, for drugs.
I'm gonna be honest, whenever
Yeah.
all that stuff broke with Dawn's sister coming out and then what Dawn said,
Yeah.
it personally made me, I wasn't able to dig any more into this one.
Right.
So,
Right.
and I know that all that has taken a three-ring circus to this whole case. You know, I mean, we're
Yeah.
not talking about Summer anymore. We're talking about Dawn and whatever Dawn has to say, which is a pile of crap.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I'm very thankful. Really, thankful is probably not a good word. I'm very glad that um, his sisters got the
Came
courage.
forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it got the courage to come forward, and that had to have not only lifted a weight off of their chest that's been there for so long, not only that, but also they thought that it would also possibly help in the investigation, maybe. They didn't know for sure, but they thought, I'm going to put it out there because it could, there could help some. And I'm so glad they did, and hopefully they'll get justice. I stand behind them 100%.
Oh, yeah, because it wasn't easy for them to tell that
Oh
story.
my God, I can't even imagine. I just can't imagine. But it's I'm glad that Chris was able to convince um, at least one of them. I think it is so far, to come forward and do what you know could maybe in the only way she could ever be a little bit set free from it. Um, he was able to convince her, to my knowledge, that come forward and press charges. And from what I've understood, she did that. And there is now active warrants for him to be picked up. And Utah wants him now for that. And so, yeah. But at the same time, I have to say this because you know me. I mean, Sometimes I got that unpopular opinion, and that's just who I am, but I say it as I see it. And I wish Chris and I hadn't have actually pulled it out so far for the world. You know, I wished that it would have stayed kind of under wraps with law enforcement only until boom, she filed her charges and he was arrested, you know, because with the way it went, a lot of the focus was taken off Summer and put there. Both
Yeah.
of these cases needed focus. Don't get me wrong. Both cases needs focus. Both cases need justice. Both
Mm-hmm.
cases need fixed. Period. Both cases needs exactly what was going on, okay? But what I'm trying to say is instead of putting it out into the public, take it straight to law enforcement and let them start their investigation and take care of it. Right now, in the public eye, it should have only been focused Summer. That way, not only for us out here, not only for the search, for everything else, but also for Don. Okay? Because Don wouldn't be having to sit there and the only thing he can talk about is himself and his sisters. You know, because that's all he's focusing on, which is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear him talk, all he wants to do is defend himself. Now, we all have
There's
this.
no defending that. Yeah, but
Yeah. I mean, we all have this. We're going to defend ourselves. That's just who we are. But some things are more important, you know. And the most important thing is Summer finding that baby, period. That is what's important. Every damn hour, every minute, she's 5 years old, is important. Okay? Super important. So the focus needs to stay there. So I feel like if this hadn't have been brought out and threw out everywhere, and the only one that had that information was investigation and law enforcement, then the focus would have stayed more on Summer for the most part. But no, it didn't work that way. And that's the only thing that is the only thing I disagree with how that was handled.
yeah, not to mention every creator is talking about that part of it. And you got some of
Yeah,
your subs that have triggers. So I mean, that's
absolutely.
that's a hard topic for some people to handle.
Absolutely. And I just wished that when Chris talked to the sisters, it wouldn't have been so public. You know, one, it's got to be hard for her, right? It's got to be damn hard for her to talk about you. I can only imagine. But it's going to do it so publicly to
Mm-hmm.
thousands and thousands of people, in my opinion, shouldn't have been done. Chris shouldn't have. I just feel like she shouldn't have been put on the spot there. And I'm not saying anything derogatory against Chris. I'm not. Because had he not have got us all of those damn interviews, then we probably wouldn't know about shit except, you know, what Cher's been able to get out of Dawn. I'm just being honest. Chris did us all a favor with those interviews. Big favor. You know, and but I feel like that was real hard for Jenny to be able to do that. And I think it was something that I think that it should have been done private with just law enforcement, you know, and maybe I don't know. It was just too much. And when that happened too, what happened? It was like, boom. It was all about that. It was
Yeah,
all
you don't hear about Summer hardly at all.
no, and you know it's got to even hurt Jenny even more because not only did she have to talk about it, now she can't quit saying it. You know, now she can't quit talking about it or quit thinking about it because it's everywhere. And I think it was, I don't know, if it had just stayed with law enforcement, perfect. Boom, all of a sudden we're sitting out here, we're trying to figure out where Summer was or is, and then boom, we all hear he's been arrested for SA. Wow, we would have eventually heard it without her having to tell us painful memories and details. I guess that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about that, because that is, yeah. There again, just to let everybody know, I'm not saying one bad thing about Chris. I know he had all good intentions, and he's done great by helping Jenny. Because believe me, she deserves this after all these years. She deserves it, and bless her heart for coming out to help her niece. Possibly help her niece. I'm behind. I was on Top Chat. Good to see you. Yep, I do that too a lot. Kim, right down the street is a bunch of big drug homes all together, and that's what I think happened and then sold. Yeah, the whole drug. I played that scenario in my head too. I mean, we were talking about when I very first seen the dog trail, and I think it was Don. He actually recorded. I think he recorded it for Chris, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure he did. I put it on the channel, but I'm pretty sure he was talking to Chris in it, and he was like, "Well, it ends right here. This is where the scent ends." And so I was like, trying to wonder why she would run down there, or why would her scent end right there at the end of that dog trail? And then I thought, well, maybe she was on her swing and she chased one of her puppies and kittens down the trail, and she got there at the trail, and one of those, or somebody that was going up to some of those homes, seen her walking back up the road instead of the dog trail, just walking back up the road to take the driveway back home, and possibly picked her up. That went through my mind as well. So I've had a couple of different little theories on the case, and that was one of them. I hope that one's not right, because the first question I asked here about, do y'all think she's still alive? Well, I do. I feel like I can't bring myself to feel like she's not alive. I feel like she is alive still.
I pray that she is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just hopeful thinking, wishful thinking. I don't know, but I feel that she is. Since my kids are 14 and 12 and I panic within seconds if I don't know where they are, yet the parents, yeah. Yes, I know. And the prank phone call, like, how is
Ugh.
anything funny? Like, there's nothing funny. Like, I don't think I could win the damn billion-dollar lottery, and it couldn't even, that couldn't even put a smile on my face if that was going through what they are. Like, I don't think there's anything much that could make me even smile if I was in their place. Let alone get drunk and make prank phone calls and laugh like hell about it. Poor little Summer was neglected and likely abused her whole life. I think Dawn and Candace did some grimy stuff, and I think they know exactly what happened to her.
Somebody knows something. That little girl didn't just disappear off the face of the earth.
That's right. Somebody knows something. Because if it was, in my opinion, if it was she just walked off and got lost in the woods or whatever, they would have found her. I mean, there would be something. There's nothing, like literally nothing. So somebody knows something. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know she did. And that's, bless her heart. I just, my heart goes out to those sisters. Mary just, I don't know. She's, she tries her best to be nice to Dawn. It's almost like you can hear something in her that she's almost kind of, I don't know, kind of, is it fearful or don't want to make him mad? I don't know what it is, but you can almost hear in their recordings where she agrees with things he says, but you can tell she's not agreeing with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like she's doing it to keep him from blowing up on her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to keep him at peace, so that
Yeah.
way she can
Yeah.
get through the conversation and get off the phone.
Yes, just to keep him calm because it's like she's afraid he's going to jump out at her or something.
Can't blame her there.
Yeah, I feel his sisters, well, Mary, she just seems like a good-hearted person, you know? The way she said, well, she was a kid too, you know? So it's like she was wanting to defend here. At the same time, she couldn't go that far into it because he would jump on her and she knew it.
Yeah.
Within seconds, yeah. I seen the sisters interviewed on supposedly. Yeah, that's what I heard, Melissa. Um, I heard that the warrants are already served. Have you heard that, Nellie? That's what I heard.
Just
Yeah.
what we've talked about, that's all I know.
Okay, I heard that it's happened. You know, the charges have now been pressed. I mean, that's what I heard.
Well, if that's true, then thank God.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I heard that Dawn said that, okay, good. Well, if they arrest me, it'll be a vacation. What?
Well, fuck, man.
Yeah,
Pardon my mouth, but
yeah, he was talking about having 3 meals a day and not having to worry about nothing. And what else was it? I don't know. And I'm like, a vacation? Like, really? Like, you're not going to be getting any information on your child or nothing, and that's a vacation? Some of the things he said really messed with my head. Like, oh my God, like, I'm not even going to go into the specifics of it because YouTube will just knock the hell out of us right now. But I'm just going to say this. He said that his daughter, his oldest daughter, and he said this nonchalantly, y'all, just so nonchalantly, which again is disgusting, right? I mean, that's talking about your kid, your daughter, okay? But just nonchalantly, he was like, yeah, my daughter was essayed by this dude and that dude. I mean, you're just naming these people, right? So nonchalantly, seriously. And then here's what, if that ain't bad enough, listen to this. Then he's like, but she didn't go telling on nobody. She didn't put nobody in jail. And I have to highly respect her for that. Big kudos to her. I'm like, what? Hell no. He didn't just say that. So I had to go back and make sure I heard that right. And girl, that's what he said. Like literally, that is what he said. He said, she was essayed by this one, that one, the other one, just naming all this. And the way she was done. And
What
then
a piece of fucking shit. Pardon my mouth. Oh my God.
you ain't even kidding. And I was like, oh, hell no. He is giving his daughters props for not turning in these men that essayed her. What? Like that
He
tells
allowed his daughters to be essayed? I mean, seriously?
yeah, it's like, and then he gives
Well,
them,
what can I say? I mean, shit, after what he did to his sisters, I mean, it doesn't. Oh, what the fuck ever.
Yeah, and then he gives her then he gives his daughter props for not ratting out the guys that did it to her. Man, come here, let me slap the hell out of you.
Shows she didn't have a safe place to let it out.
Okay, let me look at the chat just a moment. Mandy, I think that too. You know, I think she's alive too.
I guess that's what
Really?
I hope so.
A lot of people, huh? See, there's where we're kind of different in thoughts. I'd like to hear, Wayne, what you think on that. Mine's a little different than that. I don't think there's a lot on my theory. I think there's few actually, but I think there's, at least, I'm going to say 3 to 5 people. 3 to 5. And here's the thing, Dawn's not one of them. Not in my theory. Personally, y'all, don't get me wrong. Dawn, as you can hear me talking here, I'm not a fan of Dawn at all. But I don't think he knows where Summer is. I do not. Him. Now, that's not saying out all the other people around, but I don't think he does. And that's damn sure not because I'm defending him or no, I don't think he knows. And see, Mandy said that's a vibe that she's got. She's just feeling it that she's alive with a lot of people. And hell, some people consider, 5, 6 people a lot of people. Actually, it can be, but I think it's 3 to 5 people that knows what's going on, where she's at. And I don't think she's gone. I don't think she's deceased. Someone said she's special needs and that she has autism. Is that true? I don't remember where I watched it. I think it was her Sunday school teacher, and I don't know if she said special needs or whatever, but and it may not be the Sunday school teacher, but I do remember what you're talking about there, Ashley. I've heard that as well. I've heard she was not very verbal for her age, Her verbiage wasn't where it should be, And I mean, it's likely she could have had autism, or I don't know. I have no idea. But I think it was her Sunday school teacher that said, the Robin lady, that said her verbiage really wasn't where it should be for a 5-year-old. Yeah, that makes sense. It just depends on what the situation is. If she is still alive, it depends on the situation. And in my theory, and that's all it is a theory, obviously. But in my theory, she don't even realize she's missing. Isn't that weird? She don't even realize she's missing. So, ain't that the truth? She does need to be found. She has turned into everybody's little girl. Like, really, like we all have this spot in our heart for her. I heard that too, Mandy. Where did we hear that? The siblings were forced to lay down on hot pavement. Wasn't that by Candace? Didn't they say that's what Candace made them do? I can't even remember where I heard that, but I remember hearing that as well. Wasn't it without shirts on or something like that as a way of punishment or something? I remember hearing that too. Yeah, special needs. I've heard several things about that, as well as her verbiage, and it's likely, I mean, because the videos that we've seen of her, there's been a few where she's talking just a little bit, but I know with my grandkids, especially I've got a 5-year-old granddaughter that is like the exact same age as I almost said my granddaughter's name as Summer. And ironically, they kind of look a little bit alike. And let me tell you, she's a little chatterbox. I
So
mean,
are
you
my niece and nephew. They're the same age as Summer, and they talk a lot.
yeah, just a little chatter, 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 just constantly. Want this, want that, do this, do that. They're very talkative. And in all these videos we see of her, she's not really talking much at all. Sounds abusive to me. Tends to happen when you have parents that are heavy. Yeah. Yeah, I seen a TikTok video today, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably already seen this video, but it was a first for me. And I was like, "Oh wow. Oh wow," and it was Candace. And it was like a TikTok that she had made of herself. And like she was smoking a cigarette, and you could tell she was, high as hell. And she had on like this red hoodie, and she was smoking a cigarette, and then the ashes just fell on her, and she's just like, you could tell she's just so stoned, and she's just reaching out and blowing it off of her. And this, song in the background, I'm just here for the drugs. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I watched it once, and I'm just to be honest, disgusted that a mom would, I don't know, but post that, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I'm looking in the background, like looking for the kids. Like, I don't know. I know it's a video, and it's, I don't know. It's just the mom in me. I'm like, where's the kids? I'm bad about that. Let me tell you, we was at the grocery store a few days ago, and I was just standing at the end of the register waiting on my husband to get, done paying. And this little girl, she was like 2 or 3 years old, just ran straight, and she was headed right to the doors, open and shut when somebody walks in, censored. And I seen her, and I seen that her mom was paying, she was busy paying as well. And this little girl was just headed right towards that door. And you could tell it was fixing to shut. I took off and grabbed that baby and sat there, run back to the mom. I was holding her, waiting until the mom got done paying. She said, like, oh my God, thank you. But I'm going to tell you, right before I grabbed her, those doors were fixing to shut, and she would have been in them. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that baby. And I just took straight off and grabbed her right before the door shut. It's like a mama instinct, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It was just, if you don't know the video I'm talking about, it's disgusting, to say the least. I can't. It's one of those slap your mama moments, really. I'm just saying.
I'll be right back, Kim.
Okay, honey. Don considering prison a vacation, yet he says he doesn't wish prison on anyone. Good point, Melissa. Damn good point. Hell yeah. I didn't even think about that, but he did. When they said, what do you want us to do, to whoever's got her or whatever, when I think it was Chris that asked him that, he's like, well, I don't wish prison on anybody. That's bad. Are you kidding me? Like that's enough to take you back. But when you think of it the way Melissa just puts it here, and he says he would be going on a vacation, yeah. See, it's things like that says a hell of a lot. Archie made prayers were answered when I saw your name. The mister made sure we had prayers for you every night. I still teared up. God bless you both. Oh, how sweet. I think Don and Candace is sick in the head. I think they think keeping it in the family is normal. Some people do, I think. I mean, I would have never thought that, but it does appear that it's like they don't think it's a big deal. Like when Dawn was talking about all these random people that had done the same thing to his older daughter, it was just like, I don't know. He just talks about it like it's no big deal.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh my God. Like it's not a big deal. That's what kills me about this is literally he acts like it's no big deal. Maybe Summer was taking to get her away from Dawn. Nellie, look what
Yeah,
that says.
I saw that.
Uh-huh. Sounds like Melissa thinks a lot like I do.
Melissa, were you listening to our
Uh-huh.
conversation the other day?
Melissa, you've been reading. You've been hacking my phone, girl. Emmy just turned 6, and her speech and vocabulary is very delayed. Her ECI said that she is autistic. I have a 5-year-old grandson that is the same way, Ashley. His speech has always been very delayed as well. Whereas my 5-year-old granddaughter, she's a chatterbox and has been since she was 3. So, Summer could have well been. She could have been, Yes, Mandy, they were all over. And she was like, it's no big deal. She was just like blowing them off like it was not a big thing. I was like, oh my God. And it was so, I don't know, sickening. I'm confused about everything that happened with H. Did Candace give him alcohol and try to get with him? I couldn't say. Candace, I think, said, what was her story? She bought it for her mom or something, right? I think it was what Candace said.
I don't remember what Candace said.
I think she said that she had bought it for her mom. But ironically enough, she also said later that her mom had like an orange crush soda that she didn't want all of it. So which is it? But Hunter said that she bought it for herself, I think is what he said. And he asked, could he have it? And she give it to him. And a vape too, as well, a vape.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, that right there, that in itself, those two things, honestly are enough to arrest Candace. I mean, just being honest, that's distributing to the delinquency of a minor. So if they wanted to arrest her, they could just on that. Like I see everybody involved in this case, reasons why they could be arrested. But nobody's been arrested, nobody's been interrogated. And that still brings me back to I think it could be a sting. Like I think everything's going to happen at once. Kind of goes back to the thing we was just talking about on Chris Watts. Whereas everybody was doing something at the same time. Like Chris is in a polygraph, Nicole's over here doing an interview, Ronnie's in the next room doing an interview. Friends and whatever, they're being questioned, and then you got the drones out at Anadarko. Everything was happening at one time. Like, have you ever noticed there's even an old saying, right? When it rains, it pours. It's like things will just sit and stalemate. Like all of you moms and dads out there know, like you can sit there all day and the kids ain't going to say a damn word to you. The dogs ain't going to bark. Nothing's going to happen. But as soon as you pick up the phone, all the kids are needing something, blah, blah, blah. I mean, everything happens at once. That's the way it goes. It's like when it rains, it pours. And like with the Watts case, everything happened at once and it was all on the 15th and nobody could correspond with each other. And it's seeming like that's what's happening right now with this. They could have already arrested, hell, everybody, just to be honest, everybody involved. But they ain't arrested nobody. Everybody's still a suspect. Because I think everybody's going to get pulled in at the same time. And they're just going to do like one big sting. And they're going to be having this one over here in this room saying, no, 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 hell no, over here in this room. Now, Dawn, Candace just said, and it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a back and forth kind of thing with these people, and somebody's going to crack. But they're trying to build that case up to a point that they got stuff they can throw at them in these interviews. You know what I mean?
That's what makes the most sense, to get all their ducks in a row, you know.
Yeah. Just have it all together, and you're going to be interviewing this one, you're going to be interviewing this one. We already know this one did this, and they put it all together.
Yeah.
And yeah, and it works. Like, it worked in Watt's case, didn't it? Do you think for 5 minutes, if Chris would have had the opportunity to text his dad or text his mom or NK or who the hell ever, you don't think they'd have been sitting there texting the hell out of each other back and forth, giving each other advice? And that's why they do these things this way, is so they're all busy. Nobody can be corresponding with nobody else. Had you heard them rumors of H Kid saying Candace was in a relationship with him on Facebook last summer? I haven't heard that rumor, but let me tell you, I have seen some very questionable text messages between those two that, on the kid's part, they can be overlooked a bit because he's a kid, right? But on her part, it's nauseating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is sickening, the things that I seen in those messages that she typed to that kid. Like, if he was my son, yeah, Candace's ass would already be in jail. I'm just saying.
Oh, Joe
That
wouldn't
is,
be good enough for Candace for me.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that's after I beat her ass. Or she beat my one, because one of us would have done. I'm just saying, if that was my kid. Statistics indicate that Summer was quite possibly abused. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we see all these bruises, in these photos and things, and most, I'm not gonna lie to you, most of those bruises, I just kind of tried to overlook, just being honest. I'm thinking, okay, she's a kid, she plays outside, she's always barefooted, she's obviously a little tomboy, she's a country girl, and she's got 3 big brothers. So I tried to put the bruises and, those kind of things in the perspective of, hell, she's a kid and she plays rough, and her brothers, I mean, I know, my grandkids bicker and fight and argue all the time, so I try to put them off on that, but then some of them you just can't.
Mm-mm.
Like, some of those bruises you just can't. The dirt, I don't know. I don't know how to look at that. I mean, one thing is, you see, like, almost every photo, she's dirty. Like,
Mm-hmm.
literally almost every one, except the ones when she's in church. Now, I've got photos of my kids, grandkids, where they got dirty faces, dirty hands, playing outside, just been giving it hell all day. I've got pictures like that too, but
Not
the
every
majority,
single picture, though.
yeah, the majority of the pictures, the kids are clean. I don't have them posed out looking like some kind of catwalk or something, but they're clean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
mean, really, I mean, they're not in some, J.C. Penney catalog looking at every day or whatever, but they're clean. But Little Summer, 99% of her photos, it was just, I don't know.
She's dirty, her clothes are dirty.
Yes, always. And you can tell she wanted to be girly, you could see it in her with her little dresses. And like, my favorite picture of her, I guess everybody knows by now, my favorite picture is the little red dress and the little red shoes at church. And you could tell from the way she's sitting, and she was just real proud of the way she looked that day, so you could tell she wanted that. As far as her head shape, there's several speculations on that one of why that could be. Well, I'm from Utah, and it is a big deal here, so I don't know WTF or where the TF family is. Yeah, I don't know. It's if you're talking about what I believe you are, and I'm very behind in the chat, hon. Yeah, it should be a big deal. It should be a big deal everywhere. Here, if this is what you're talking about, here in Alabama, it was either last year or the year before last, chemical castration was passed. Like, that's what happens now. That is literally what they do now to anyone that essays a minor, chemical castration. I was just talking with someone else about that today, and I've wondered that myself, because I don't know if I've I've heard Candace get very upset, and I think maybe she is a bit jealous. Is it jealousy, or is it just knows it's going to happen and can't stop it kind of thing? I don't know. I don't know. Um, Neither one of them act like the grieving parents to me. Like, they just don't. Yes, that's what I think. Sting. It's exactly what I think. I saw the bruises too. She was leaning on the milk, and I saw a big bruise on the right side of her face. That's just so sad. It's just hard to look at that, Like, those are hard to look at. And some of those bruises I noticed on her arm, they were like, the ends of, like someone had grabbed her arm, like the tips of fingers. You know what I mean? And that's what they were. Like somebody had grabbed her arm and pulled her, or something to that effect. Yep, sure did. KIV, we call her grandma around these parts. She is our governor, and she passed that law last year, chemical castration for all that commits such crimes.
Well, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond good.
But is it going to stop them? I mean, if their
No.
minds that already that warped, it's a step in the right direction, but I don't know. I don't even think there's other things they can do. These people are sick in the head. Yeah, she did. She did, which was shocking to me, really. I never thought that would happen in Alabama. I mean, we just came out of the prohibition here 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. We've been in prohibition. I mean, not the whole state of Alabama, but, here in our little neck of the woods, we've been in prohibition since forever, until about 10 years ago. And still had what was called the blue law, where no stores can open on Sunday and all that. Yeah. We just came out of all that. Didn't Candace give 2 kids up? Yes. And only wanted boys. Yes. Did Grandma take Summer to hide Oh God, be kind. There you go. That's another. I might as well tell my theory, girl, because everybody
You
else
might as well, yeah, because I'm reading the comments, so I
as
was just going
well.
to text you that.
Might as well. It looks like everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of people's already got the same ones. Yes, I've heard that. She did have 2 kids, and let's see. I think it was Jay for Justice. I might be mistaken, but I believe it was Jay that actually spoke with the kid's foster mother or the girl's foster mother, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. Anyway, the little boy, when her kids were taken, I think one of them was like a toddler maybe, and the other one was still a pretty much a baby. And the little boy had a situation so bad that he had brain damage. And but it wasn't clear if the brain damage came from when he was with mother or when he was in foster care. I'm not certain. But somehow brain damage with the little boy was there. And yes, she had this girl, and I think she wrote the girl a letter explaining to her why she had to give her up, that she couldn't do it, no money, um, bad situation, abusive, whatever. Yes, she did. She had those 2. Now, when she met Dawn, Dawn's a good bit older than her, like a lot older than her, actually. And she had the 3 boys. And Dawn said he never met Rose. And I'm just getting off on something just completely out of the thing here. But he said he never met Rose. And it was before he came in the picture. Well, that can't be true. I mean, I'm not saying that he did meet her. But Dawn and Candace had been together for, I think Candace said they had been together for 14 years. I think it's like 12 that the girl's been missing or something. Somehow or another that he was in the picture, but maybe they hadn't met. I'm not going to say they did. But anyway, yeah, when she found out she was having a girl, this is what I've been told. And if I'm wrong, somebody correct me if you've heard something different, because this is what I've been told and I've read everywhere. When she found out Summer was a girl, she did not want her, period. She only wanted boys. And so she was either going to get an abortion, and it was like grandma was like, oh, hell no, we ain't doing that. Let me adopt her. And so she's like, fine, whatever, you adopt her. I don't want no girl. And so Dawn was like, no, we're keeping our baby. We're going to raise our daughter. And so Dawn would not let grandma adopt her. Now, that is what I've heard from more than one place. I'm just saying, I've heard that in several places. Actually, I've even seen family members say it in comments on Facebook. So, I don't know if it was because Candace would be jealous. A lot of people wonder that. We've already had several think about it in here. I don't know if it was that, or if it was possibly, now we're going to go out on a limb here, if it was possibly because Candace, we know, didn't have probably the best childhood, even though it's not all came out or whatever. Because think about it. I mean, I know y'all heard about her uncle that's fixing to get out. It seems like there's an issue with that on both sides of both families. So maybe she had heard about what happened with Dawn's sister. Maybe that's why she didn't want a girl. The speculation was even thrown out there that is why she was shaving her head. Because the older she got, she was afraid that Dawn may be looking at her in a different way. So she kept her head shaved so she would look more like a boy and not a girl. Again, speculation, we've got no proof of that. So I don't know if it was maybe she was jealous, or there was something about having a girl, though. If what we've read is true. No, she did not want the kid, and grandma was going to adopt it, period. And Dawn would not let that happen. So was she jealous, or was she just worried that she didn't want her to go through the same shit?
I have to go with jealous, just from what I've seen and heard.
Yeah,
It's my personal opinion, but
yeah,
take
right,
it, leave it. But that's
right.
just how I feel on what little I've paid attention to.
Yeah. It's got to be something, you know. It's either the jealousy. There's some reason she didn't want a girl. It was either she was going to be jealous of her or didn't want that to happen to her. One of the two. What else could it be? I don't mind if I have 50 boys, but I don't want no girl. I mean, it just doesn't even make sense. There's got to be some reason there. I tell you what, I would love to talk to Candace. I don't want to talk. I got no desire to talk to Dawn. Like, there ain't a damn thing. There's not a damn thing that Dawn can say. That one we ain't already heard, because I think Cher's got everything out of that man that we can get out. I mean, she's trying to get more. She even told him last night, it's probably in your best interest not to talk to me. She just did. She did. She said, I'm going to answer your calls, and your texts, but it's probably going to be best if you don't contact me, because then she told him she was going to be recording straight up, whatever. So I have no desire to talk to Dawn. I don't think Dawn can tell us a damn thing. That's my opinion. Candace, on the other hand, I think there's a hell of a lot of information there that ain't being told. And I think that the information that we need, that law enforcement need, if they're involved whatsoever, ain't going to come from Dawn. Will not come from Dawn, because I don't think Dawn knows. I think you need to talk to Candace and Grandma. I'm undecided on the boys, because I don't know. Because I know when you've got little boys and controllers in their hand and a game in front of them, they're not paying attention to a damn thing going on around them. Like, them kids will zone out in those video games. You'll have to sit there and scream at them 40 times before they even hear you talking to them.
Oh yeah, especially if they have a headset on and they're talking to the people in their game.
Right.
They don't care about anything going on in their room.
Right.
My house could burn down and my kid would just still keep playing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, so if the boys could actually be of any help, well, they could, on at least past dynamics, or, just random little things. But as far as them being able to tell exactly what happened, when it happened, I don't know that they could, because if they were tied up in their games, they could tell you if they was winning or losing that match, but anything else going on around them, they may not know. But I tell you what, Candace and Grandma, that's my two. That's my two. And I will go on and say it. I mean, I'm just going to go on and say it. I don't care no more. Hell, it doesn't even matter anyway. My thought is this. My theory is this. Okay.
It's no worse than what's already gone out there, so just go ahead and tell them, because a lot of them have already been saying it in the comments. So
yeah, pretty much they have. So okay, I think here's what it was. I think when they got home that day, I think Candace said, I'm gonna go take a nap, right? I think she went over to take a nap, and I think Grandma took Summer over there with her to plant the flowers. I know a lot of people don't even believe the whole flower planting thing happened. I kind of do. And I think that while they were over there, Summer maybe told Grandma something, or maybe she was scratching herself, you know what I mean? Or acting like it hurts when she goes to the bathroom, something, you know what I'm saying? And I think Grandma's like, why are you doing that? What's going on? Maybe she got something out of her and she's like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Okay. No. So I think she told Candace, you either going to do something or I'm going to do it. And Candace don't want her to. So I think that grandma took off with the baby. I mean, with Summer. And I think she took her somewhere and told her to stay right there, keep her right there. I'll come back and get her after a while. And I think Summer's with grandma. I just do. And I think grandma is thinking she's going to protect her. That's theory one. Okay. I do have another one that's not so that she's not living in. She doesn't. She could have possibly got into something illegal. There's where my theory goes about the quote unquote piece of candy. She could have gotten into something illegal and it killed her. And they freaked out. I mean, what are you going to do? You going to call the law and say she got into my meth or whatever it could be, whatever the situation is? There's fentanyl, crazy. There's all kinds of stuff out there, right? Right? You going to call the cops and say, yes, my child got into this. Well, what are you doing with that? Well, I don't know. Well, you're the one, you're going to be charged with capital murder. Obviously, it's your shit. Your child took and died on, right? It's yours. So it's your fault. So instead of doing that, they put her in something. Grandma took her off and got rid of the body. That's my other theory. But I think when that baby left that property, whether she be dead or alive, I think it was with grandma. And I think Candace knows. I do not think Dawn knows, especially if my first theory is right. And I hope it is. Just to be honest, she would still be alive, and I hope that's the case. But if that theory happens to be the one that's it, and hell, it may not be either one, but Dawn, I don't think would have nothing to do with that theory, because here's the thing. If he was doing something that sinister, and I pray to God he wasn't, but if he was, he's not going to get rid of his trophy. He's not gonna. He's gonna want to know.
I'll be back.
Okay, honey. So I just don't think Dawn knows on that, if that's the one. I just don't. I don't think you're gonna get nothing else from Dawn. I think Cher's just burnt out on even hearing his voice, to be honest. Because there's nothing there. Like, there's literally nothing there except hearing him defend himself. And why, oh my God. Just even thinking about him saying the 5-year-old started it just is disgusting. But whatever. That's all you're gonna get from Dawn now, I think. And I know she's giving it a shot, hoping there's something else there, but I just don't see nothing else coming from him of any relevance. I mean, Candace, that's the one to talk to. Mandy, I have, honest to God, literally, I have never reached out to anyone in these cases ever. Like, I never have. They always have came to me, right? I've never reached out first, but I have thought about trying to reach out to Candace and say, can we talk? And I really have. I've thought about it. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to act like her best friend, and I'm not going to act like I've knew her my whole life, and we need to go chill and go out and have a few drinks and a dinner. I'm not doing that. I want to talk to her. I want to get in her mind, if you know what I mean. I want to learn her character, how she thinks, how she ticks. And when I can learn that, then I will know how to go into getting more out of her. You know what I mean? You can't just go at somebody and immediately start bombarding them with questions. You can't. You gotta start out talking about the weather. It's the best way I know how to put it. That way you're going to get in their mind, and you know how they tick. You know how it's going to set them off, and you know how far you can get with them. And just, I would love to question or talk to Candace. Very much so. But I made myself a rule when I first made my channel. I'm not going to be a paparazzi. I won't be the paparazzi. I just won't. I'm not the one that's going to run around and chase them down and be like, "Will you talk to me? Come on. Talk to me. Let me get your picture." No. I made that promise to myself a long time ago. I'm not going to be the paparazzi. I will be help. I will be help. If they reach out to me and ask for my help, that's what I'll do. Come here, Kim. Let's take her to dinner. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would. Don't get me wrong. I would. Yeah. Hell yeah. I would go. I'd take her to dinner. We'd sit down, talk. I would love to talk to Candace. I ain't even kidding. We are. We're not very far at all from her. You know what I feel like from seeing her interview with Chris? I feel like I could really get somewhere with Candace. I'm just being straight honest. I feel like I could.
I have to agree with Mandy down there. She's saying if anybody would be perfect for it, it'd be you.
Oh, Mandy, thank you, honey. I really appreciate that. I really do. And I would love to talk to her. Let me tell you, I think I could get somewhere with her. I really do. But here's the thing, y'all. I don't reach out. Like, she needs to reach out to me. And I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. Maybe we need to tell Cher, hey, you're to tell Candace to give me a call or something, because I just don't reach out. You know what I mean by I feel like the paparazzi if I'm running after the families going, hey, come in. I want to talk to you, man. Come here. Hello. You know what I mean by paparazzi. And what happens with paparazzi, man? They always end up causing problems. And it's like tabloids. And I want them to come to me. Because if they'll come to me, then, I think I could get somewhere with Candace. I honestly do. And even if she don't come straight out and tell me, I'm pretty damn good about picking up stuff between the lines. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at that. Reading between the lines. Yeah. I will definitely talk to her if she would reach out to me. Yes. Well, I just wonder if they transfer him here. I wonder if Candace will come here too. That's a good question. I don't know. Can she if she's not been cleared yet? I don't think so. I don't know though. Now I've heard that it's not even 100% certain that grandma was cleared, and I thought she was. Now I'm hearing, maybe she wasn't. And she was able to leave because of like a relative that needed her help kind of thing. And that's why she was able to leave. I don't even know that grandma was cleared. they said grandma, I think Dawn said grandma passed a lie detector test too, but here's my question. When did they give her one? Like, wasn't she gone like almost immediately after the fact? So when could they have gave her one? I say we roll up on Ben Hill and say, "What's up, Z?" Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. We'll stop by the hippie house and buy a few vapes, and you go, girl.
Well,
What's
I'll be in your neck of the woods, not next week, but the week after, so we can all do it.
roll up on Ben Hill, music blaring, welcome to the jungle. Hey, girl, stop by the hippie house, pick her up some housewarming gifts or something.
Shit, we're gonna get killed. If we do all that shit.
Lord,
Oh my god. We better take our guns with us.
Yeah. Roll up in there, girl. That's what we'll do. You got a mudding vehicle, Archie? Because we're gonna need one from the way Chris said on that driveway.
We can take my dad's.
Okay, I'll pull out the GNR CD. Welcome to the jungle. We got to play that. That's Team Unjustified. Wearing our Team Unjustified shirts. We'll have to do that too.
Right?
Oh yeah, gotta get some twisted tea.
Ugh, that stuff tastes terrible.
Yeah, but man, come on, you got to bring the housewarming gifts. Got to. Twisted tea, vapes. Hell, we'll have her so comfortable, man. She'll be talking to us.
Can I peg her in the head with one of the cans after we're done?
Yeah. I'm going to bring her an ashtray, though, man, because I hate to see her drop an
Ugh.
apple. Yeah, I mean, that's
Gross.
That
is so gross.
I mean, it doesn't seem to bother her much, but hell, I'll get her an ashtray at the hippie house. Hippie house. Shit.
Oh my god.
Well, what you been doing today? Well, I've been down to the hippie house, and we went over to the horse barn, took a swim. Is that what it was? The horse?
Something like that.
The horse field or something? Then we went over to the Walgreens and we picked up the scripts, and then we ran over to the hippie house and got some twisted teas and some vapes, and then we ran over there to the horse farm and took a swim.
Oh,
and we stopped by and got some milk and jumped, went on down the road, and I don't know. Well, that's all I remember, really. I don't remember.
That's what she said.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you, girl, I could get somewhere with her if I talked to her. I'm just saying. I believe I can. Lord,
anybody could, it'd be you. 2 hours, yeah, almost 2.5 hours. After we get done, I gotta still do some work.
Unjustified, you're a shoe-in, and I seen you hated. But best they come to you, ma'am. You're not an ambulance chaser, and that's what sets you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. I can't go to them. Like, if that's what you mean there, they got to come to me.
That's what she means.
Yeah,
that's exactly what she means.
Yeah, they just have to come to me, because I don't know. I just don't want to insert myself. Somebody's already having issues. People's already having problems. I don't want to be another problem for them, But if they come to me and ask for my help, then I'm going to do everything I can. In this case, I'm going to be all over it, because she's going to be helping me. Period. Because I want some damn answers. I need a timeline. I want to know what's up. And it ain't going to be long before I can read between the lines, and I'm going to know the right questions. And how to ask them. That's a big deal too. How you ask them. Like you don't even have to ask. Like, you don't even have to ask a question. You can talk around that question. And if they're the kind of person that's going to pick up the conversation and start talking with you in it, then you ain't even got to ask the question, because they're gonna put it out there for you.
Oh yeah.
So I could talk to her and find out a hell of a lot without asking one question. Seriously.
Archie, how did you get lemon juice in your eyes, or do we want to know?
She's making twisted tea.
Ugh.
Yeah. Surely not. Don't twisted tea. It's looked like I had a picture of a lemon on it, didn't it?
Yeah, it has lemon in it. It's gross. You've never had one?
Uh-uh. I don't like.
Oh,
I hate tea. Period. But
you
no.
definitely won't like that.
Oh, I bet they're nasty. Ooh.
To each their own, but ugh.
Oh, she's making a toddy for her throat.
Don't do 5 like I did last weekend. My throat feels a lot better. But
Linda, okay, honey, we won't. We won't. We'll have to get one of them too. And well, I mean, I think they know her in there pretty well, so we can just go in there and say, hey, Candace, this chick, show her. Yeah, she's a regular here. What does she usually get? What's her favorite things? What's her favorite things? These are a few of her favorite things, So we'll hook her up with some of that, whatever the hell it is.
Cheap girl, what's your question? And like Ash said, as long as they're respectful, she'll answer.
Absolutely. Sure. Yes. Please. You have to add extra lemon for those teas. Ugh.
Ew.
Yeah, I've never had one. Ever. But I can't stand tea either. It's like I just cannot do tea. Ugh. No.
I like tea, but not them.
I can't drink tea. All these southern things and sweet tea, not me. I can't stand tea. Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, my son made tea day before yesterday. And I told him to put, because we have a big, huge jug. And I told him to put 1 cup per quart. Well, I don't know what the hell he was measuring, but I went to get me a glass of tea, and oh my God, it was nothing but sugar. I couldn't even taste the tea.
Oh, well, see, if I drank tea, it'd have to be that way.
You don't want diabetes in a cup, though. Shoot.
No, not too bad, but it's got to be pretty sweet. Cheap girl, that's okay. We done talked about what's, but yeah, I mean, you're welcome to ask any question. We done talked about what's. I'll be glad to answer it if I can.
Did they tell you to give up sugar when they diagnosed you with breast cancer, Kim?
Yeah, I started that is when I started using Splenda.
See, I don't like the way Splenda tastes.
See, I do. That's the only one I do like. I can't stand sweet and low or equal. Ugh.
I don't like either one of those either.
Splenda I do like. But I use it's called the half and half blend.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. It tastes like sugar, really just like sugar, except it's sweeter, so you don't use that much of it.
I've been putting honey in my coffee and that sugar-free creamer in my coffee.
Honey. I like honey.
My best friend's dad told me to do it. He said that I wouldn't be able to tell. At first I could, but now I think I'm just used to it.
Yeah, I love honey. I bet that is good once you get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when sweet tea. Oh yeah, when it's not. I'm like that with coffee. Like my coffee has to be strong, like it looks like motor oil, strong. I can't stand weak coffee at all.
Well, CSI, you would not like this tea my son made the other day. It was disgusting.
Candace wanted to talk to Robin at the very first. Remember? No, I didn't know that. See, I didn't get into this case in the very beginning. It was like probably, I don't know, a month or so ongoing before I even decided, or probably more like 2 months maybe. Yeah, before I start looking into it, at least a month and a half. So I didn't know that.
G Girl said she always wondered how Miss Watts is doing.
I have not. I have not talked to them in quite some time. It's probably it was right around,
When Summer went missing, that you
I think
quit talking to him.
I think it was
A
around
little bit before that.
July 4th, wasn't it, maybe?
Yeah, around then. It was
Or
June,
maybe
July. No, I think it was like May.
well, no, because
No,
Cece's
because you did talk to,
birthday.
yeah, you talked to Ronnie that day.
Yeah. It's been a little bit anyway. I haven't, but actually the last I spoke with them, I believe, I'm pretty sure, they had just got their second COVID shot and they were both pretty sick actually. And then she said it was only for like a day or two and then they were better, but I haven't talked to them in a while, so I really don't know how they're doing. Now, Cher, I believe, may still talk to him. I'm not even sure if she still talks to him. Now, I could, but I don't see no reason, I don't see no reason to bother the people really. I mean, if there for a while when they would call me or text me, I don't know. I just got to where I wasn't replying. I feel bad about that, but it just all got to be so much. And I was getting the literal hell beat out of me by another creator. I'm not going to call the name because that's just not what I do, but Nellie, I think, knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, but I literally got doxxed, got the hell cussed out of me like a dog and everything else because I was speaking to them when they were the ones calling me. Whatever. And I've got way too much going on in my own life, and to deal with somebody I've never even met sitting there cussing me like a dog because somebody calls me and I speak to them. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't dealing with this. I ain't even got time for this in my life. I ain't dealing with it. So, you can threaten me all day long about speaking to somebody. That ain't why I'm not talking to them. So, in case that creator's here listening right now, that's not why I don't talk to them, because your threats really didn't, you know, phase me. I'll put it that way. It's not like I got all freaked out or nothing. Hell no. It is because I ain't got time for that. You know that ain't nobody got time for that. I ain't got time. I literally ain't got time for that.
Especially when your girls are sick and everything, too.
Yeah, I ain't, and I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna make a big video and all right, here's my receipt and let me show you what she said and she said. Nah, hell with all that. I ain't got time for that either. It just ain't even worth it to me. I mean, if you eat into something and if you attack back, then they're just gonna come back and you're just giving them more to talk about, piss on all that. So I just dropped it right there and I didn't even answer their calls no more. And I wasn't, it's not because I'm mad at them or anything like that. There's a lot that goes on in these cases that really is mental. And then I'd find myself getting irritated at just in my real life. Like I would just get so easily irritated with stuff. I'm like, this ain't even me. This is not even me acting this way. Getting so edgy all the time with a chip on my shoulder. That's not who I am. So yeah, I was just like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, you talk to your friends, whatever. I ain't lost nothing there. You know what I mean? I just ain't dealing with it no more. Kim, I've seen many folk mistake your kindness for weakness over the past couple of years. Pretty sad when people attack. Thank you for that, CSI. And you may know exactly who I'm talking about. And there again, I don't hate this creator. Let me tell you the truth about it. I feel sorry for this creator, just to be honest with you. I know it's when I say creator, I don't. It's somebody that has a YouTube channel. I'll put it that way. I don't really see this person doesn't make videos. They just do lives. Okay. And I don't, some people don't consider that creators. I do. I feel like if you're on YouTube and you got a channel, you're a creator, period. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, she was on her channel calling me, good Lord, what all was I called? Scammer. A scammer. That one really got me. A scammer. A bitch. Oh my God, I can't. MFer.
Good God, I didn't realize they said all that.
Oh God, yes. This is your final warning.
Oh,
Stop talking to my friends.
now you're sounding like.
And I'm
Ew,
talking about,
ugh.
yeah, looking right in the camera. This is your final warning. I'm like, what the hell? It's like I'm hearing up in the corner like the emergency broadcast system, on the TV. Come on. Don't be throwing me no warnings. You ain't paying my phone bill. You ain't paying my phone bill. You damn sure ain't my mama. Don't you ever come at me with giving me no damn final warning on shit. I'm gonna hush. Boom. Shut up, Kim. Getting irritated there. Calm down. But yeah, I mean, I took it pretty serious. When somebody's standing there, your final warning, yeah, it kind of pisses you off. Even if it is on the other side of the screen, hell with that on the other side of the pond, even.
Should I yell at the thing all the time? But that creator had no right to say that to you.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. This has been going on for what? I don't know, 6 months maybe. Nobody knew anything. Like I never said a word. Cause I ain't about that. Like, okay, whatever. Take your friends, stick them up your ass. I don't give a damn. Boom. That's me. Just whatever. So I just drop it, right? But then you're gonna come back 6 months later and you still making videos, throwing my name out there, and just constantly, and then you're pointing in the camera and giving me final warnings. What? Okay, now. You better back on off of that. You better back up on off. I'll be your best friend or your worst enemy. Yet, period. Don't. Just don't. Stop. Period. Yeah, I'm done with that one. I don't even talk about that no more.
See. Has anybody got any more questions?
That's what I was looking at. I've wondered if the Cindy still even talks to this creator, honestly. I don't know, Regina. I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. I have no clue. I feel like she probably does. I mean, that's just my point of view. That's my honest feeling. However, I do have to say this. The person, Cindy told me no, period. Ronnie told me not no, but hell to the no. Okay. But there again, Ronnie and Cindy, even though, don't get me wrong, I have nothing, I don't hate on them or nothing like that. Actually, they're very nice to me. Very nice people, just to be honest. But I've also found out through talking to them, it's like they say, what they think somebody wants to hear. I don't know how else to put it. So I take sometimes things like that they say with sort of a grain of salt. With that being said, I believe that the creator does still probably talk to Cindy. Now, not Ronnie, because I don't think Ronnie ever talked to her much at all. Anyway, I know he didn't. But Cindy, yeah, I think they were pretty tight at one time. So, yeah, Ladybug, let me see if I can bounce back up here and find it. Let's see, where is it? Do you see it, Nellie? Maybe this is it. That was my question. Do you know why David and Robin were allowed on the property after the police were investigating? I do not know. I didn't even know that happened. See, like I say, I didn't come into this case till maybe about a month ago. So I don't know. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it helped. Say a Hail Mary and talk about what your next live is about. There you go, Be Kind. Thank you, hon. That's a good idea. Okay, we got our members only live every Wednesday night, 7, 8 o'clock. And they're going to be fun, y'all. We're going to have a giveaway on each one. Our next live, I don't know. It's going to be something about the cases. And I don't even know if I'm going to have it on this channel or possibly on one of the newer channels. I've got, the Breaking Crime News, and I've also got Chemisphere now that we're just going to sit and talk about whatever, which that's kind of what this has turned into in a sense. Sorry about that. But it does happen.
More often than not with the two of us.
Yeah. I heard Cindy changed her number and she admitted she doesn't have a new one. Yeah, I heard she changed her number too. I can't remember who told me that, but I did hear she changed her number and that she wasn't giving it to anyone. Like literally nobody except her family. That's what I heard. And I think that's a good move if that's what she did. I think that's what she should have did. I think it was a bad idea for Cindy to come out and go in all of these chats in these lives. I told her she didn't need to do that, but she did. So I mean, she's a grown woman. It's a free world. She can do what she wants, but yeah, Mansa does. She's definitely a Watts supporter, 100%. And yeah, I just I don't know if she talks to him anymore either. The last time I talked to Cindy, she told me that she did send her an email, but that's like I say, that's been a long time since I've talked to her. Good night, sweet crazy. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. We've been out here almost 3 hours, y'all. My Lord have mercy. And I told in the beginning, I said we'll be back here about an hour, and look at us going on 3 hours. But I've enjoyed it, ladies and men, if there's any out there. Sweet crazy, thank you for being with us. I think on that note, we're probably just going to end it right here. And we'll be having another one for long, maybe even tomorrow night. But make sure you're subscribed to the other 2 channels as well, because I'm not sure where I'm going to have the next one. I don't know yet. I just don't know. Just be looking for your notifications. And They're all in the description box below if you're not already subscribed to them. One's Chemisphere and one is Unjustified Crimes. So make sure you subscribe to us there as well. Be looking for the notifications. All the members, make sure you remember the Wednesday night lives. Those links will be posted on the community page. Nellie, thank you, honey, for jumping up here and hanging out with me. Thank everybody in chat. Mods, thank you so much for everything you guys do. I really appreciate y'all. I really do.
You're welcome. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great day, night, evening, wherever you may be. And until next time, this is Unjustified.